Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
Hello.
At least
It's been a while.
I think this is Rob. Is that you, Rob? We're friends, right? We do a show together.
It happened once.
Twice. You seem familiar, but
Yeah.
So
it has been a hot minute.
we kind of took an impromptu month off, just scheduling, and I was on a couple weeks of holidays there, and I just wasn't around. And one night, tried to pull it together, and Rob went to go see Top Gun Maverick. And
First movie I've seen in a theater in, not a joke, 5 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, let's do a show," and it's like, dude, you're kidding me. Also, go see Top Gun.
Yes, go see Top Gun Maverick if you haven't. It's a great
really
movie.
Good. And the original.
Yeah.
Rent it on the Spotify's.
Watch the original before you go see Maverick, just to get all the feels.
And Tom Cruise will look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
It is.
Not creepy.
So in the version you saw, did he do that little intro at the beginning, thanking everybody? And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
In that, he looked old.
Yes, actually, fair enough. Which is kind of refreshing.
Yeah, like he looked.
Because he's almost 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna look like that when I'm 60. I can tell you that right now.
I don't look like that now. I don't look like that now
either. But yeah, that was. I was like, wow. Like, did he really let himself go that much? And then the movie starts, and you're like, oh, I see. Yeah, there he is, all buff and ripped and running.
Yep, just running everywhere.
In
the danger zone.
Yeah. So, how was it? What did you do besides Top Gun Maverick? How things been going?
It's just been a blur.
Yeah.
Just a summer event blur with the family, and just doing summer cleaning, because spring cleaning never happens here. We're always a little bit behind.
Yeah, same.
PC stuff, building PCs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got it cleaned up a little bit in here. You can kind of sort of see things are...
Right.
Yeah, clean. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you got the bins on your... What is that? Your right there now.
You betcha. My right arm.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, how about you? You were on vacation, enjoying the world.
Yeah.
Doing things.
Yeah, we went out to the mountains for a little bit, and then actually ended up being laid up for 4 or 5 days, not really doing too much. I tripped on one of our dogs. He's an old dog, and I was carrying a big bin, and he got under my feet and tripped me up, and I fell, and I'm trying not to land on him, and it was a whole thing. So my knee and my back were out for about 4 or 5 days there. Didn't get out of bed or go too far, that's for sure. Another handy reminder of why we are the grumpy old gamers.
Yes.
Especially the old part, right?
Yep. One good back between the two of us. Almost.
Almost.
But you know what doesn't stop for the summer, Ryan?
What doesn't stop for the summer, Rob?
Gaming news.
Well, it almost does, because I sifted through a lot of the news, and
We're right in the middle of Gamescom, fella.
Yeah, we are. This week is when it's picked up again. So
it's all picked up. Yep. And Coleco turned like 110 or something. I forgot to even mention it, but
I missed that. Coleco's birthday happened here?
Yeah. Let me just look it up for sure.
Okay.
Colecovision.
Well, while you're looking that up, Rob, I'm going to take this opportunity just to
Go
remind
ahead.
everybody that Buzzsprout, the people that we use for our posting our audio podcast, they are giving us the opportunity to be an affiliate of theirs. So if you're interested in trying out this whole podcasting thing, just on anywhere that you download this podcast, the audio, the video version, whatever, we have a link to Buzzsprout. If you use that link and you sign up, they will send you a $20 gift card to Amazon. And, I think the lowest package is like $8 a month or something, so, you've got it more than paid for right there. And, yeah, give this podcasting thing a try. Isn't that the joke going around? Everybody's got a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast. So yeah, check out the link. The link is there in the notes, the show notes, or the notes below wherever you download this from. And yeah, Buzzsprout. Buzz in their sprouts.
That's right. It's July 28th.
July 28th.
1982.
Oh yeah, so yeah, because our last show was July 22nd. I looked it up last night. I was like, oof.
Colecovision turned 40. 40 years old. Still younger than us.
Also, something else to add in here about Buzzsprout. They sent us a little notification here that we achieved 1,500 downloads of our audio podcast. Which I thank you everyone for.
Big milestone, you bet.
That is that we have gotten to the. We've downloaded 500 more in a shorter time than it took to get to 1,000. Does that make sense? No. Am I doing the math wrong on that? Oh. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you anyways. I suck at math.
Yay.
All right. Let's move on into news, Rob. How's that sound?
That sounds superb.
All right. So the first bit of news I have here is that after 28 years of being out, someone has discovered two new what would you call them, Easter eggs for Super Punch-Out from the Super Nintendo system. And you, in the two modes, in one of them it's a two-player mode where one person is the usual player and one person can be the PC, usually the CPU player. But then in the other mode, there's an actual fighter select mode, so you can jump to whichever fighter you want. And there's
very interesting.
Yeah, there's simple codes. Like the first one, the one to get to the fighters is at the title you hold Y and the R button, and then press A or start. The following screen will appear instead of regular menus, and then it shows this picture here. Just shows it's just a picture of Little Mac and then all the bosses. Like, how did no one discover that? Like, even accidentally. It's not like this is a crazy 24 button.
Yep.
You know. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool that people are still discovering things like this, right?
Absolutely.
Another big birthday happened, Rob. Shortly after Coleco's there. Street Fighter turned 35 on August 12th.
Wow.
And that's the first one, not Street Fighter 2. That's
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's a game that I've never met anyone who played.
I know.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone, well, they know there's a sequel, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, there was a second one.
Uh-huh.
And not a hot take to say the first one was not very good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, but it was the stepping stone. All the steps were there to make what would become Street Fighter 2 and 35,000 versions of it Hyper Super Turbo Uppercut Edition.
Yeah, yeah, pink. Then they just started adding colors.
Yeah, it's like just like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Got a wild Zangief or a glittery Zang. What do they say? It's like
Oh,
glittery,
shiny,
shiny. There you
shiny,
go.
shiny
There you go.
Zangief.
A shiny Zangief.
Yeah.
Zangief uses pile driver. It's super effective.
Awesome.
I probably wasn't in the first one either.
Um. So did you see this article here, Rob, that I posted that Sunsoft had a virtual event on August 18th?
No, I didn't know they did.
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, they actually revealed they're making three new games, but for people like I brought up the list of like games that they made that they put out on the NES and like PC and stuff. So they put out Batman the video game,
Yes,
Lemmings,
absolutely.
Blaster Master,
Right, right. Yeah,
Journey to Silius, Fester's Quest, Spy Hunter. Like
yep,
on the NES, right? They made the port on the NES.
yep, yep.
Um, what else do we got here? Oh, they did Final Fantasies on the Game Boy. They put out two Final Fantasies. Um, what else do we got here? Anyways, they must have gotten because they put out an Acme animation on the Super
Hmm.
Nintendo, and they also did where did I just see that? A Looney Tunes basketball. So
Okay.
they like, but that was another one of those titles like you seen that Sunsoft
Hmm.
on the box, and you're like, I'm just gonna rent this. I'm just renting this. It's gonna be good,
Yep, absolutely.
right? Like it just. But yeah, so they revealed they're putting out three new games. Um, the first one is Icky or Ike Unite, which is based on a Famicom NES title, but it's going to be a co-op roguelike game, action game,
Co-op roguelike.
co-op
Interesting.
co-op roguelike, yeah. But it's notoriously known as being called a Kasugi game or crap game due to its poor quality at the time. So
Okay,
maybe they're going for a little redemption here.
fair enough.
And another game that they put out on the NES, but I've never even heard of it. It's called Gimmick.
Called one of the best NES games of all time by Kotaku.
Yeah, and so they're putting out a remaster or remake of that. And it's coming
Okay.
to all the platforms this winter. And finally, their cult hit Euphoria. It's a Metrovania style game that they're going to be launching in 2023.
And it says a soundtrack on vinyl and cassette is planned for this title as well.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, nothing wrong with having more games. I mean, none of these are going to leap off the shelves in North America, I would think.
yeah.
But
It's just
more
nice
game,
nice to see him come back, right? Like,
yeah, more games is always more better. Rob Lego 2022.
Rob Lego 2022. I see you added in here Coleco Turns 40.
Yeah, yeah. I was watching quite a few videos of launch titles and different things about the Coleco and the amount of games there are, and there's still such a amazing homebrew community for it that they have like a gauntlet game. They've got they're doing
Oh,
remakes that you can get Galaga on it. It's so it's cool to see it being 40 because I remember getting mine. I want to say 83, '83 or '84 for Christmas one year, and it was just like I'd seen my friends' Ataris, and like I didn't know anything about video games at the time, but I was playing this Coleco, and the Coleco, everything looked so much better than the Atari. Like, I'm not just saying that to be cruel. Like, the Atari was quite a few years before, and
Right.
the hardware. It's like saying, oh, the PS4 looks better than the PS3. Well, yeah, it was a different system, right? But it was the
We
first
didn't
time.
have the knowledge then of the
Yeah,
hardware that we do now.
yeah, just seeing the playing Burger Time and Bump and Jump, and it's like they look like the arcade games. Wow. So it's cool. It's a nice little memento or a nice little moment.
Awesome.
And yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
tell us if you had a ColecoVision in the comments, and
Yeah.
if so, tell us what your favorite game was.
Do it. Do it now.
Yeah, mine's Burger Time. That's easy enough. I just love me some Burger Time and burgers.
And burgers. I was just gonna say, hamburgers.
Yep, yep.
So you added this other one here. You want to talk about this?
Absolutely. They announced the full list of Sega Genesis Mini 2 games. This is the North American version. That's why it's the Genesis. So there's some good games. There are some games that weren't on there, like some of the Sega CD titles are a little strange. But just starting with the Sega CD, I'll go through them super quick here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got the Ninja Warriors. Oh, these aren't in order. That never mind. Well, crap. Okay, you got Sonic the Hedgehog CD, which is a very underappreciated version of Sonic, where you had a time traveling mechanism where you go forward and back, and it had an awesome little FMV in the beginning, like a little animated FMV. Sewer Shark, which was the pack-in for the Sega CD. I think
Right,
everyone's
right.
probably played it or at least seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a testament to what games were at that point. Just a lot of full motion video and not a lot of gameplay. Whereas Silpede, which is the most mispronounced game of all time, great little shooter. Because everyone, they see it the first time, they go Slipede because it looks like Slipede. But
Right.
then you see, oh, it's SIL. Ah, right.
You know what? Sean and I, my buddy Sean and I, we used to call that sliphead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then some other games that I don't really know. Robo Last. I think is a Legend of Zelda type game.
Oh.
Some of these I don't remember. There were some very good ones there. Night Trap. I don't think needs any. It's on there purely for historical purposes because it was one of two games that promoted the ESRB as we know it.
Right. Yeah.
That in Mortal Kombat for
Absolutely
the
right.
yep. So the Sega CD version is the worst one. So they actually limited run did a remake of it that actually has much improved video, and you can actually see in the little icons on your little HUD video of the different cameras, whereas before you just had static images. So because if you go to the wrong camera at the wrong time, you've lost the game. So what else we got here? Night Striker, Mansion of Hidden Souls, Final Fight CD, which was the best version of Final Fight
Right. Yeah.
because it had Gi.
Yeah.
Um, that game is ridiculously expensive for the Sega CD as well. Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Tides of Time for Sega CD,
Oh.
which Echo the Dolphin was a game. It was very trippy. It got extremely trippy. Look it up if you haven't. Warsong, Virtua Racing, Viewpoint, Vector Man 2, Truxton, Toe Jam and Earl and Panic on Funkotron, which was the sequel to Toe Jam and Earl. It was a side-scroller.
Oh.
Not as well loved, but it's in there. Again, more games, more better. Revenge of Shinobi, which was the one with the wolf, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Or was that Night Striker?
No, I'm pretty sure that's Revenge.
Yeah, that was that one. Okay. The Ooze, Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. So the Sega Genesis Mini 2 is coming standard with the 6-button controller.
In North
So these
America?
games in North America, yep.
Oh, good. Good, good,
Yeah,
good.
so these games are all going to be playable with the 6-button controller.
Awesome.
Super Hang On,
Oh,
Streets of Rage 3, which was a good version. There's a
yeah.
big like 2 was kind of the one everyone knows and loves. 3 was really good as well. Splatterhouse 2,
Nice.
Sonic 3D Blast, Shining in the Darkness, Shining Force 2, Shadow Dancer, The Secret Shinobi. I think Shadow Dancer is the one with the dog.
Oh, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, Rolling Thunder 2, which is like Rolling Thunder but more.
Oh,
Rise Star, which is an amazing platformer.
yeah.
Ranger X, Rainbow Islands Extra, Populous, which is
Oh.
which is an amazing game.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy Star 2, Outrunners, Outrun, Midnight Resistance, Lightning Force, so many games. Hellfire, Granada, Golden Axe 2, Gain Ground, Fatal Fury 2, Elemental Master, Earthworm Jim 2,
My
Desert
goodness.
Strike, which is a helicopter like isometric game.
Right.
Crusader of Senti, Clay Fighter, because everyone was making a claymation game at that point.
Right.
Bonanza
Huh.
Bros, Atomic Runner, Alien Soldier, and Afterburner 2.
That is quite the lineup.
Quite a list, huh?
Huh. What was that? 50, almost 50 titles? 40 some?
Boy. Oh, there's also other bonus games.
Oh.
Devi and Pi, Star Mobile, Fantasy Zone, Space Harrier
Oh.
2, which is a port supposedly because the Space Harrier 2 for Genesis was 4 frames a second or something. So this is going to be like a version like it should have played, I guess.
Right,
Super
right.
Locomotive and versus Puyo Puyo Sun, because every Genesis game has to have Puyo Puyo.
Puyo Puyo.
Yep, and it is 60
Well,
games.
Nintendo had Tetris. They needed to have their puzzle game.
That's right. Puyo Puyo Puyo
Puyo
Puyo Puyo.
Puyo Puyo. Well, let's keep with Sega news since we're talking all this Sega.
Yes,
Sega.
yeah.
um. Oh my goodness! Did I not open this article? Here it is. So, Sega is
Sega.
Sega. They announced that they're making 2 movies, live action.
Yep.
One of them of Space Channel 5. It's going to be a comedy dance adaptation of the 1999 Dreamcast game. It follows a hapless fast food worker who's recruited by a freedom reporter from the future to save the world from aliens using the one thing that unites all people on the planet: our love of silly viral dances. And the other one is going to be Comix Zone.
See, that could be really, really good. I
Yeah.
mean, Space Channel 5 could be goofy fun as well, but Comix Zone was actually an amazing story. Really neat idea. Game was hard as balls.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they've greenlit those 2 movies. Like, of all their hot properties, I don't know, these ones, they seem kind of out of left field, but
Yeah, yeah. We'll see.
the Comic Zone is going to
Interesting.
have the same producer as the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And
Well, that's good.
the movie follows a jaded comic book creator and a writer of color who, when sucked into the final issue of his popular series, must put aside their differences to stop a dangerous supervillain from sowing complete destruction, and in the process wittingly explore the ever-evolving power of storytelling itself.
Deep, man.
Deep. So, and then there was one other thing you added here for Sega stuff, Rob.
Yes. I was very excited.
Yeah,
I guess it kind of ties into game. Did they announce it in Gamescom?
I think they did.
Yeah, but Sonic Frontiers story trailer, and I actually got really excited for it. The animation on the of Sonic in the little story trailer they showed, he looks amazing.
Yeah,
It really looks like they spent some time on it. The gameplay looks a little more turbo-y than your standard Sega Blast stories of late, but I'm cautiously optimistic. And it's November 8
yeah,
is when you can get it. November's going to be a busy month.
I think it is.
Yeah. So interesting choice, but I will buy this game. I'm feeling good about it.
Awesome. Well,
Sonic's never let me down before.
is something I would like to say.
It's something I would say if I was a liar.
So, Rob, have you heard of the Embracer Group?
Not until very recently. Yeah.
So they went on a little buying spree
Yeah.
this past week. That was this week, eh?
Yeah.
all this-
I had no idea how much they actually owned.
Yeah. But so I don't even know where to start. Like, so they acquired a bunch of studios and rights. So they acquired Tripwire Interactive, which is responsible for Killing Floor, Maneater, and Rising Storm. They acquired Tuxedo Labs, which is responsible for the game Teardown. They acquired Sing Tricks, which is vocal processing effects tech. They they bought up Limited Run Games, which is the company that does all these awesome remakes and remasters and gives physical versions to digital only games and the one that's really weird is they also secured the rights to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
Yeah, the video game rights. Yeah, like
and all the rights, not just
the movie rights as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
All the intellectual rights to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was talking with Damon about this earlier.
Middle Earth Enterprises.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Middle Earth Enterprises, which owns the rights to the video games, board games, and merchandise and other related works. So.
Yeah. They've also agreed to purchase several other studios and franchises from Square Enix.
Well, they're the ones that bought. That was a month or two ago. They bought
Crystal Dynamics.
Crystal Dynamics, yeah.
Yeah, Eidos Montreal and Square Enix Montreal.
Yes.
Holy smokes! These guys like low key own all the things.
And on top of that, I mean, they already own like Gearbox and Saber and THQ Nordic. Like they.
Yeah. Good grief.
The number here, they have 10 operative groups, 120 studios, and over 850 franchises under their belt. Oh, they own THQ Nordic, Coffee Stain, Gearbox, Saber, and Dark Horse Media, which is the comic conglomerate.
Right. And Saber owned 3D Realms.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, like
Zen Studios, so like the Pinball FX series, yeah. Holy moly.
Yeah, so but it was just the one day they just dropped all these announcements of, hey, we We got our allowance, and we've gone on a little shopping spree.
You know that game you're probably playing right now? We probably own it.
We probably have our fingers in it somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, they went on a little buying spree there.
Well, good for them. Everything's going to be owned by 3 companies.
Pretty much, eh? So this next story actually falls under this too, because the company Aspire was working on the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, and they had a showing of what was completed, and Sony was not happy. So the game was put on hold indefinitely for a couple weeks there, and Saber Interactive, which is kind of the parent company to Aspire, is going to be taking it over.
Yeah.
Now, Saber Interactive, they're kind of best known right now for they're making all those. I forget the word that they use, but they just put out the Evil Dead game, and they made like the Predator game and Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Like all those. I forget the word they use where it's like one person versus 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. So, anyways, they've picked that up, and they're running with it now. So it's back out of limbo and back to being developed.
You know, speaking of which, I guess we'd cover this. I'll wait for Gamescom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is, let's talk about that right now, Rob.
Right.
Gamescom started on Tuesday this week, on the 22nd?
Yes.
23rd? Yeah. They had their big opening day, and there's been just a little constant stream of news coming out since then. But they had a big they had a big opening day showcase, like 4 hours or something.
Yep.
And
Been pretty amazing so far.
oh my goodness, I think I closed that article, Rob. Do you want to take this for a minute? Do you got something open to...
Yeah, I got a Polygon article open here, which I think is the same one you put on the Facebook.
Yeah.
There's a game called Everywhere, which had like a teaser, and it's saying they're shooting, driving, explosions, space, and apparently an open world, which is coming out in 2023.
So this game, did you get a chance to watch any of these trailers?
No, I watched a couple of them in particular, but I haven't watched all of them.
So this Everywhere looks to me like if you crossed, or it looks like Rage, but in like, instead of being in like a desert, like bleak, it looks like it's like in a nice jungly, colorful. That's what I got from this, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Next, Dune Awakening had a trailer.
Yeah.
Survival open world MMO.
And it looks like they're fully embracing the aesthetic of the movie, because they had
the first one, or
no, the new one, the new
okay,
Denis Villeneuve one, and I mean there's no gameplay shown. It's just a FMV trailer.
Big old sandworm.
Yeah, big old sandworm. But I mean, what they showed, it looked pretty awesome.
And Sting. Oh no,
there was no Sting.
There was no Sting. No.
More gameplay of Hogwarts Legacy was shown. Another trailer. I mean, looks like fun. I mean, Sony's been covering this game a lot. You know, they're the ones that kind of broke that it's going to be a single player experience, but it's coming out for everything.
Something golden snitch.
There you go.
There you go.
So what about this next one here, Rob? What did you...
I'm actually pretty excited. Like, this is one of two things. I thought I just caught me way out of left field. Um, there was what was the name of that company? The one that did all these games, that did the Tales of and the Tales from and
Right. Uh,
Wolf Studios or something, or
it's something like that.
yeah, essentially they make like a game that's all narrative driven and it's based on various. Um, they did a Wolf Among Us. That's why I'm thinking Wolf, but that wasn't the name of the studio. And there was a game called Tales from the Borderlands in 2015. It was one of the last ones they released, and it's basically a story, and you basically make choices and things. So it's one of those games that branches off, but it's all a narrative based game on the Borderlands universe.
Telltale.
Telltale, there we
Yeah.
go. Thank you. Yeah. And Gearbox is announcing the sequel, New Tales from the Borderlands. So it's like a new Telltale game. I don't think they're involved in it.
No.
I think it's just Borderland or Gearbox running with it, but that's pretty exciting. Like
Well,
those
actually,
Telltale games, they were really good.
oh yeah, Gearbox announced that they're doing this. So,
Hmm.
um, but I mean, Telltale, they are resurrected somehow because there's another game that got announced. We'll talk about in a little bit here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, this next one, Word Song, not a whole lot is shown, but it's coming from former Bethesda game studio designer Jeff Gardner and an Obsidian Entertainment alumni, Charlie Staples. They formed a studio together, and this is the game they're putting out. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
One of,
some good pedigree.
yeah, one of those super group things that's either going to go really well or be like Power Station. Um, That was a reference that I don't know a lot of people are going to get, but look it up. Look up Some Like It Hot from the 80s. Yeah.
There you go.
It's
So,
a catchy song anyway. It'll be stuck in my head all day.
Dead Island 2 got a release
Yes.
date.
This is the other one that was surprised because this game was dead. No pun intended. Like there's
Yeah.
been nothing. Like 2014, they had the first trailer, and nothing. It had been dead in the water for years. No one had heard anything about it, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, remember Dead Island?
Ta-da!
Coming out in when did they say? February 3rd, 2023 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and Amico.
Good try, though. I mean,
No,
we
no
can all
Amico.
dream.
Yeah, but did you watch the trailers for this?
Yeah.
Dead Island 2? Yeah. It's over the top.
It's very over the top.
Um, yeah. It's zombie
Yeah.
survival, first person, blowing things apart.
Yeah, a lot of
Very
blood,
comedic.
a lot of
Yeah.
blood, a lot of guts.
Yep. Should be good.
Yeah, I'll give her a try.
Yeah.
I never played the
We'll
first
see.
one, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Next, they showed more. They showed another trailer for the Callisto Protocol, that Dead Space kind of
Right.
spiritual successor.
Spiritual successor, yeah. Lots of tentacles, it says.
Lots of tentacles. Then they showed some Genshin Impact. A new update.
You want all your information tracked? Play Genshin.
Play Genshin.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I never got around to watching this Honkai Star Rail.
I like to pronounce it honky.
Honky.
It makes me smile. Definitely now it's
Mm-hmm. Now I can't unsee that.
there you go, and that's what I do.
So this next one, this Friends versus Friends, the trailer got me excited for it.
Yep.
It's a card game, a card-based shooter.
Yeah, there's a combination that you've got to admit it hasn't. I can't think of another card-based shooter.
Right?
What does
So,
it do? Who knows?
but it showed you taking on your friends and having a good time shooting each other.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And this next game was one that there were bets made on this earlier, and Brett and Ryan were they were talking about collections because yeah, I'll hand it off to you there. I
well, it was
got to see this.
yeah. So not only did they show the villains trailer for the new Gotham Knights, but yeah, Brent and I had a little bet going that I just figured it was going to be delayed, and he figured it was going to make it. And not only is it not being delayed, but they pulled it ahead a couple weeks.
This the first time a game will be released early in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like crazy. What do you think?
I mean, looks good. Looks like it could be fun. I mean, I've only played a little bit of the old the other WB like Batman Arkham games and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. What else we got here? Where Wind Meets. I did not get a chance to watch that trailer. Park Beyond. I did not watch that, but it's a futuristic amusement park builder.
Yeah.
Something
Which
I
I mean, Railroad or Roller Coaster Tycoon was a game that I've always wanted to see kind of redone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is it. Maybe not.
So the next trailer, Lies of P, which is a Pinocchio steampunk Souls-like,
Yeah.
right?
Another combination of words that makes no sense together.
Like they just have a big bucket of words. They just dip their hand in and pull those three out, and they're like, "Okay, let's make this."
We got Souls, Pinocchio,
Steampunk
Steampunk.
and
Go. Make a
And,
game.
well, and they also announced it's going to be out on Game Pass on release day. So I'm not going to try it because it looks pretty
It's on
damn
Game
cool.
Pass. Why not? Why not?
Looks pretty damn cool. I did not watch this Phantom Hellcat.
Nope.
3D hack and slash game with a teen protagonist hunting down evil. Cool.
Sure.
Goat Simulator 3. Yay. I don't know. Did you try? Have you tried
It's-
Goat?
I wouldn't have played it if it wasn't on Game Pass.
Right. Same.
It was fun. I mean, would I have paid money for it? No, but it's like it made me laugh for like half an hour.
Yeah.
It's like it's goofy.
It
I like
definitely is.
The fact they're still making ones just makes me smile. Know what else is making me smile?
The next trailer.
The next one, yep.
So they dared to show another trailer. What's his
Mhm.
name there? After taking so much heat for the last one, they showed another trailer for Return to Monkey Island.
I am on board for this game.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Guybrush Threepwood took so much of my teenage years. I played the crud out of those Monkey Island games.
Mm-hmm. So
So good.
and it's coming out like less than a month here.
Yeah, September 19th.
So so
Yeah. Yeah.
well I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for this, Rob.
Okay.
And I'm not even being funny. They announced a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. And this movie holds it holds a special place in my heart. This movie, like I've seen it so many times. Like it's just one of those campy, horrible movies that I just saw the crap out of when I was.
Yeah. But it took 24 years to make a game. I mean, I know they made one for Nintendo like the year after, but like
Mhm.
nothing for 24 years.
Yeah,
Um,
isn't that more like? Is it 24? More like 34.
it's 34. No, absolutely, you're right. Holy mackerel.
But yeah, killer clowns from outer space. So you know, it's a funny story how I was exposed to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was staying over my one of my best friends, Sean, staying over at his place, and we his dad went and was like, I'll grab you guys a movie. I'm going to the video store. And we're like, okay. And his dad comes back just giggling his ass off. He's like, here, this is what I got you guys. And we're like, killer clowns from outer space. All right. We were all disappointed, but we ended up laughing our asses off. Just how stupid and like violent and like.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So
Like I'm just watching the trailer in the background as you're talking here. Like, oh wow.
yeah, it looks crazy, and it looks like they stayed pretty true to the movie in it as well. So I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make this game, you may as well mirror the movie. It's obviously a thing of love for him. So
Next thing they showed was another trailer for High on Life, which I mean, this
yeah,
game the game looks out there, but I'm all in. I'm all in. It's from Justin Roiland's Squanch Games, and yeah, like he's one of the Rick and Morty creators, so you can definitely see that style of humor coming to life in this game. But every weapon is a living thing. Like it, it's crazy. I think this game, one of those games that would be much more enjoyed on drugs.
yeah, I think so.
Then they had another trailer for Moving Out, or not another trailer. They had a trailer for Moving Out 2, a sequel to the very popular first game, which is like I don't know, what do you call them, chorecore games, where you're just
I guess yeah, you're
helping people
helping people
move.
move. Yeah, yeah.
Lords of the Fallen. I did not watch this one,
Nope.
but it's a sequel to The Lords of the Fallen. Is that? Oh no, the sequel is The Lords of the Fallen, which is a sequel to just Lords of the Fallen from 2014. So they added the instead of a two.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Um, from the developers Surviving Mars, they're another survival simulator type game. Stranded: Alien Dawn is coming. Looks like it could be cool. I liked Surviving Mars. That was a good little game. This next one I had no idea about. I haven't heard anything coming out of Quantic Dreams, but Parallel Studios and Quantic Dreams have this new game called Under the Waves, and it looks kind of futuristic-y, maybe even steampunky, but I didn't get much of what the story is about, but it's all submarines and under the water and
Yeah.
exploration and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a sequel to a game called Under the Sea, which was the Little Mermaid first-person shooter. Um, Little known, made by
nice, nice,
Quantic Dreams. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice. Here's the Sonic Frontiers trailer.
Eee.
I didn't watch this out. Atlas Fallen. The Outlast Trials. I did watch this, and
Yeah.
another sequel to the Outlast games.
Those games are good for nightmares.
Yeah.
I've only ever watched the people play them, but just freaking terrifying. Like, you're always looking through a camera. That's kind of a big running thing with Outlast, and yeah,
Uh huh. Yeah.
yeah,
And this one looks
they're
like it's
freaking
gonna.
scary.
This one looks like it's gonna be right up there.
And
So
it's multiplayer.
yeah. So next up we have Moonbreaker, which is from the studio Unknown Worlds, which made Subnautica, which
Okay.
which is a favorite game of mine. They call it Hearthstone meets XCOM, but with miniatures you
Random,
can. But
random words again.
but with miniatures you can paint, and I don't know, is that in game you can paint them or?
Sure.
Yeah. Homeworld 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Announced. Coming in
It's announced.
2023. And, here's what I was talking about. So, I'm super excited to try this out. The Expanse, a Telltale series, is coming.
Right.
And that's from the rebooted or reopened Telltale Studios.
Yeah, the company had a less than renounced closing and / bankruptcy proceedings / not paying their employees. But they're back.
Yeah.
The games are great. The games are always great. So.
It's a company that spent too much on licensing.
Yes.
and not enough on their engine.
Yep.
Scars Above, I didn't get around to watching this one yet. But it's apparently a sci-fi action game from Prime Matter and Mad Egg Games.
Sure.
So, did you get to read anything about this new... Sony actually announced their DualSense Edge controller. Did you get to check anything out about this? No?
No, PlayStation 5 isn't real. There are none of them out there. And I cannot be told otherwise.
It's true.
Yeah, it looks like it's their, hey, we can make a specialized, more expensive controller too.
Yeah.
Not just Microsoft.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, no word on price or anything yet, but it's going to be an expensive controller.
It's going to be ludicrous. And they're only make 6 of them, so you need to get your order in now.
And, so Hideo Kojima had teased that, he had some big news coming out at the Gamescom, during Gamescom. And he announced it. And the big news is Hideo Kojima is starting a podcast.
I wonder if he uses Buzzsprout.
He doesn't.
No. Because
it's going to be exclusive on Spotify. I messaged him. I'm like, hey, you could get $20 for Amazon if you go with Buzzsprout right here. They're good stuff. I didn't get a reply.
No.
So... And last but not least, Mini.
I didn't even see this.
The mini car. They are putting out a Pokemon edition Mini.
Yeah. So you can get a Pokemon Mini, and it's electric. Because so is Pikachu. Yep.
Right?
There you go. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So in our last story here, Rob, a lot of polarity going on with this story. PS5, or Sony, has announced that they are raising the prices of the PS5.
Which is the exact opposite of how this normally goes a couple years in, right?
But I mean, they still can't. They still can't keep up. Like, you still can't just walk in anywhere and buy a PS5.
Yep.
They say due to high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends, and impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. Based on these challenging economic conditions, Sony Interactive Entertainment has made a difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price. But, so Europe, UK, Japan, China, Australia, Mexico, and Canada are all seeing a price increase. The US is not.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What's the
there,
rationale behind that?
there's no comment on that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, so, yeah. So in Canada, it equates to $20 more. So you're gonna pay $6.49 instead of $6.29 for the disc drive one, and $5.19 instead of $4.99 for the all digital version.
I mean, you honestly, most people can't find them anyway, so they can make it
Yeah,
$1,000. Like, I know I
exactly.
joke about that, but yeah, they are still very hard to find.
Yeah,
It's
like
so.
I follow a few Twitter accounts for like game deals and stuff, and they're always posting when they're on, when like Amazon or Costco or Walmart has them in stock, and they're never in stock for long. They're in stock for 15-20 minutes
Oh yeah,
before
yeah.
they're sold out. So yeah, they're not yeah, they're still not readily available.
Nope,
So
nope.
all right, let's
That's yeah.
let's move on into what we've been playing.
Da. What we playing?
What are you playing? I don't know. What are you playing? Well, do you wanna go, Rob? I'll let you go first.
Sure. Well, it's been about 5 weeks, and I haven't played a lot of video games. One thing I did play is, you had this on your too, that the second wave of booster levels from Mario Kart 8 came
Yeah.
out. So played through those a lot with the kids, and yeah, fun. A couple of levels from the phone app, which was kind
Yes.
of funny,
Yeah.
and one brand new one, actually, which is kind of cool. They were fun.
Yeah. They're great. They're all
Yeah,
well designed, and um, another one of them has like a highway part, which I'm always a fan of,
sure.
where you're
Yeah.
racing on a roadway with full size vehicles. I'm always
Hmm.
I'm always a fan of that. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fun
They were
stuff.
good. And then the only other thing I've been doing with video games has been playing some Coleco in honor of the
Nice.
40th anniversary on the Collectorvision Phoenix, which does not play very nicely with any of my capture devices, so didn't capture any of it. But like the one time I did it when my buddy passed away, it I went through like three devices because it won't sync with the Elgato, so you have to go that to it was like a HDMI to component, like VGA, back to something else to Elgato.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
it was yeah, and yeah, that's basically been it. Keeping up on all the gaming news, but I'm very excited for the coming months here and for the Genesis Mini 2, which as of right now still has no way to buy it in Canada.
Oh, because it's through
Amazon
Amazon.com.
exclusive. If you go to Amazon.com and you click on the pre-order, it says it will not ship to your address if you're in Canada.
Son of a.
Yeah. So if there's anyone in America of our American listeners who would like to help me order one,
I I know someone for you. We'll talk after the show.
all right, all right, that would be fantastic. Like,
Come
yeah,
on.
come on. And that's what I've been playing there, guy. How
Okay.
about you?
Well, I've played some things. I played some things. I played a couple things on the Switch because I have my Switch out. I've been definitely neglecting it the past few months here. So I had the Switch out when I was playing the Mario Kart levels there. So then
Hmm.
I I've got this horrible habit now, Rob, where I if I'm not gonna stay up late and play games, I'll go to bed and I'll play a round or two of Dead Cells on my Switch, and then I'm like, oh, let's go see what's going on in the store. And I'll go to the store and I'll find a cheap game and I'll buy it. And as I'm buying this game, I'm falling asleep, and then I basically fall asleep right after I bought this game. So I was looking through my Switch. I'm like, when the hell did I buy? What the hell is this that I've bought? Like something that just made sense as I was falling asleep, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, X-Morph Defence is one of these games. So it's a tower defense twin stick shooter.
Okay.
And basically the premise is you are aliens attacking Earth. And you get your typical tower defense where you've got a path. This one is actually kind of cool. It's got multiple paths that you have to kind of create the longest path by putting up blocks. Because it's all city streets, right? So you put up blocks to make long paths. And you put your towers down. But so once you start a round and you've set up your towers, then you need to take your spaceship, which is the twin stick shooter part, and you help the towers attack Earth. And like against and it's actually really fun, and I've actually put quite a bit of time into it because I'm a sucker for a tower defense game. I love them, and this one's well done. So, X-Morph Defence. Also on Switch, I tried a game called Gems of War, which was recommended from another one of the podcasts I listened to, and it's in the vein of like Puzzle Quest. It's a match 3 RPG.
Okay.
And I've ended up putting a lot of time into this game as well. It's actually it's put out by 505 Studios.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's got a big studio behind it, and I guess it's been on mobile for like a few years already. Mm-hmm. And it's a free-to-play game. Like, there's no cost to it. But it's really well done, really well polished, and actually quite a bit of fun. I told Brent I was playing this, and he asked me if I hit the wall yet. I guess it has a very big difficulty spike after a little while, so we'll see what happens with that. Typical free-to-play stuff, right?
Yeah.
Next up, I finally tried. I've had this game on my to play next list on Xbox Game Pass for months now. And I finally got around to trying Curse of the Dead Gods because it's leaving Game Pass at the end of the month here. So I wanted to give her a try before it left. And you know what? If this game hadn't come out within weeks of Hades, I think a lot more people would be talking about this game. It looks a lot like Hades. It's got that whole isometric view. And they've got their own things, like with the you're in pyramids or temples and stuff, and they've got this whole curse system where you're like taking on more curse to like heal yourself, and like I said, if this game hadn't come out in the shadow of Hades, I think a lot more people will be talking about it. I'm actually, even though it's leaving Game Pass, I've added it. It is out on Switch as well, so I've added it to my wish list there. I'm going to watch for it to go on sale and pick it up when it goes on sale, because I definitely love me a good roguelite type game like that. It is down to its basic. It is very much like Hades, very much like Dead Cells, like in the roguelite sense there, where you're doing a run. Actually, it looks like in this game they took the oh my goodness, I'm having a total brain fart. What's that card-based game? Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire, yeah.
It totally has that choice for the runs. Like, like you start out and the branching, like on the map,
Okay,
the
yep.
map in Slay
Yep.
the Spire. That's exactly the same type of map that they use in this. And you get to choose if you want a weapon or you want money or you want some sort
Mhm.
of like upgrade to yourself. So it yeah, I mean if you like any of those types of games, highly recommend seeking out and giving Curse of the Dead Gods a try. Also, I didn't make it to it, but they have some sort of crossover going with Dead Cells too, like some
Oh,
sort
right
of
on.
Dead Cells content in it. So,
Hmm.
and last but not least, been trying the Phenom game Power Wash Simulator.
It's sweeping the nation.
Yeah, and you know what? After giving it a try, I get it. I get the the zen like feeling you get from cleaning things with a pressure washer. But in 2 sittings, I played about an hour and a half of it,
Hmm.
and I honestly gotta say, at that point, I'm good. It's not like there's a whole career mode in it and everything. I mean, you could go on and like buy different pressure washers and a new vehicle and different cleaning chemicals and on and on and on. I started getting a little bored. Like the novelty definitely wore off pretty quick for me.
Sure,
Like
sure.
cleaning the second yard. Um, Mainly because there was like a progress meter, and I'm like, I cleaned this whole giant area, and only like 10% of the progress went by. I was like, whew, wow. Uh, all right. Well, so yeah, but yeah, you know what? It's good, clean fun. Ah,
Ah,
ah.
ah,
And I mean, it's definitely
ah.
a good break from your typical shooter, beat 'em up, or
Sure.
whatever. Just another one of these chore core games. And that's it for me, Rob. That's what I was doing over my holidays, and of course playing my other regulars. I've
Sure.
with the release of Two Point Campus, I fired up Two Point Hospital again because I want to make it actually go in and finish that up. So I've been working on that quite a bit, and I'm also playing a lot of Apex Legends.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, that's it for what we've been playing. Looks like Rob has added something that is making him grumpy this week.
This
What
is
what's
hot
making
off
you
the presses.
what's making you grumpy, Rob? Rob, tell us.
So, today, being the 25th of August, I took a little bit of a break from the workday to watch the release trailer for NHL 23, which is a series I know and love, along with a lot of other Canadians. Very excited. Last year was the first year with the Frostbite engine, which EA has made famous for lots of other games. Players looked kind of like hot garbage, but that's first game of of each generation, right? Each new console generation. But with the release of the Frostbite generation or the Frostbite engine for NHL, a lot of us, and I mean a lot of us, if you watch the chat, like one of the number one requests after crossplay was, is there going to be a PC version? Because there is a PC version for Madden, for FIFA, like every other EA game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they announced the trailer, and it's like, oh, you can do this, an Ultimate Team, and it is cool. They are going to have the women in the hockey this time, which is very cool. So you're going to have Canada's team and all the women players, and that's good. It's a step in the right direction.
Girls
If
don't
more
play
people,
hockey, Rob. Come on.
oh my gosh, okay, that was Ryan Cashmere.
Email me at
Email you
makeusgrumpy
at
at gmail.com.
makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. But as we're all sitting here anxiously awaiting, looking at the trailer, and they announced crossplay, which is good, but it's
Yeah.
not crossplay cooperative, just crossplay competitive. So,
Oh.
so you can't play the same, at least as far as we could tell, you can't play on the same team. Um, But PC is again not on the list.
Like,
So they will not be getting my money this year.
yeah. What? So why do you
Screw
think
that.
they haven't been putting it on PC?
I'm not even sure. Like for the longest time, it was because it wasn't the Frostbite engine, which
Right.
they said, oh, the Frostbite engine is what makes it so easy to port to PC because they work so well together.
Mm-hmm.
Still nothing. It just seems like leaving money on the table. It's not like NHL.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't sell like Madden. I know it doesn't sell like FIFA, but it still sells really well. I don't know.
And especially now, right? Like with that, with the whole Frostbite thing, it should be much easier for them to do.
It should be. And I mean, honestly, like that game would look amazing on a 30, like a computer with a 3080 and a 4K display. Like that would look really good.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, EA lets me down again. And the rest of the PC Master Race. So, because we didn't need another reason to hate EA,
Yeah.
along with all the other stuff.
This is so unlike them to disappoint people.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll still be able to buy a version that has all sorts of digital only stuff and Ultimate Team points. That'll be $180 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they announced that if you buy this super duper, I think it's the X Factor version, it'll include a digital Sarah Nurse signed Team Canada jersey.
Is that an NFT?
I think it's just going to be one your player can wear.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they've gotten NFTs yet. I don't get NFTs. I know I'm not the only 40-something-year-old that feels that way, but I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. Some people are making money with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, I made a stick, man. Or a monkey wearing a hat. It's worth $8 trillion. Now you're the only one that has it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though anyone else can make a screen capture and they can have it too.
But you have the first one.
Yours is in a blockchain. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that made me grumpy. That's
And rightfully so, Rob.
yeah. Shortly followed by the with all the Coleco. Okay, you're getting 2 for 1 this week.
Ooh.
With the Coleco announcement,
Oh.
I looked back in Steam, and I was like, oh, Coleco Flashback. I remember the Coleco Flashback. At Games made a bunch of these little plug-in systems when they were the evil At Games that couldn't make a system worth a damn, versus the At Games now that actually does stuff really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, you know what? It's $20 on Steam. I'm going to get it. It's got 40 Colecovision games. I think it was 40. It was a lot. So I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I download it. I go to start it. I'm playing Zaxxon. Cool. 20 seconds in, game crashes. Like, okay, well, that's weird. I just downloaded it. So I restart the computer. I'm playing Frenzy. About 30 seconds in. Game crashes. I'm like, this is really peculiar. So I started reading the reviews, which I probably should have done before.
Off the bat, yeah.
So half of them are people saying, hey, this is really great, this is awesome. The other half is people saying it just keeps crashing. Also, none of the games support 2-player. Even if the game itself supported 2-player, the Coleco Flashback version does not. So for the first time ever, and Ryan and I used to have a series called Cheap Bad Game Challenge. We played a lot of bad games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I asked for a refund on Steam for the first time ever, and I got it. So I evidently within 2 weeks I'll get the money back. But that broke my heart. You don't see a lot of ColecoVision. I know I can emulate it. I can hear everyone saying it.
Yeah.
I emulate when it's if I was to find ROMs of games from places that weren't legally required, it is always the last yeah, if it's the only way to play that game. Whereas these guys got the legal rights to these Colecovision games. I'm like, okay, I will pay these people. And that,
Well, it's much like the same thing with the Evercade, right?
oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
you know,
Except the Evercade's done really well.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, if you're having an urge to play ColecoVision games, don't get Coleco Flashback on Steam. Don't do it. It'll be sad.
Fair enough. Well, Rob?
I'm pouring out one for the Coleco. Yeah.
If that's all
So
you,
with that, yeah.
if that's all you got, you wanna take us home?
Sure. It was a long one today, but we had
Yeah.
5 weeks worth of stories to catch up with. So
We did.
thank you for hanging out with us today. And if you're still listening, Ryan will buy you a beer.
Actually, you know what? If you're still listening, send us an email to makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. I've got some Steam codes to give away.
Yes. Just say, I heard I will listen to the end
Yeah.
of your sad podcast. Well, don't say that. It wouldn't be very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the end. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you like what you're listening to, we have a podcast that's every second weekish that you can catch on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, whatever they do, and Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout, yeah.
And if you want to watch some YouTube videos, we do quite a few Let's Plays. Ryan especially does lots of Let's Plays. You can catch us on the YouTube channel. I think he does them on Twitch.
Yep.
We have a Twitch channel. I don't know what it is. What is our Twitch channel, Ryan?
The Grumpy Old Gamers. The Grumpy
There
Old
you
Gamers.
go.
If you search the Grumpy
There
Old
you go.
Gamers on Twitch, you can see the games that I've been playing there.
But you can catch the VODs up on YouTube.
Yep.
If you want to, we have a webpage, grumpyoldgamers.com. Thegrumpyoldgamers.com. We do reviews, a lot of retrospectives, best of lists every year, and yeah, not a lot of new content, but we're working on it. We're gonna get something up before the new year. And yeah, that's just about it. So thank you for watching / listening. Take care, have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.